We have the Dallas Cowboys taking on the San Francisco 49ers in the Bay Area. This is your Week 5 2023 prediction and preview video. Hit subscribe if you're new. Also, hit the like button. Let's start off with the San Francisco 49ers. This team has been perfect. They're 4-0, and Brock Purdy has been playing terrific football. He hasn't had a turnover in the last 7 games, and he is undefeated in the regular season with this team. The only game that he lost was the game that he was knocked out of against the Philadelphia Eagles. He's the perfect quarterback for this team. He has 5 touchdowns on the season to 0 interceptions. He plays safe football, and he will not turn the football over if they do not generate pressure on him. Every single time in the last couple of meetings, when the 49ers have faced the Dallas Cowboys, they establish the run, they control the line of scrimmage. You have to do the exact same thing in this game. When you can work off the run game with Christian McCaffrey, it opens up everything else for guys like Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, and Deebo Samuel. I expect for Deebo Samuel to also get some carries in the backfield as well. They haven't done that much this season because he's been dealing with some injuries. He's been banged up here and there. But if you could put him in the backfield and give him some of the carries, and then you just put Christian McCaffrey out to be a traditional wide receiver like they have done in every game this season, you can be in a very good situation. Elijah Mitchell is questionable for this game. He was out against the Arizona Cardinals. But if Elijah Mitchell can go, there's going to be a big piece to add back to this offense with this team, because he can split carries with Christian McCaffrey, and it gives him a change of scenery in that backfield. But Christian McCaffrey is the best running back in football right now, and he's one of the best players in the NFL right now. In the last 3 out of 4 games, he has over 100 yards rushing. But in the last 4 games in general, he has over 100 yards from scrimmage. He's a guy that can do everything for this team and has done everything for this team offensively. Can catch the football at the backfield, can run routes like a wide receiver. So you have to pay attention to when they split him out wide. It's going to make life easier with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy has been borderline perfect when you talk about going against the blitz, and this is a Dallas Cowboys team that likes to send a lot of pressure as well. So the 49ers can be in a good situation with their offense, with the weapons that they have. Just continue to use that motion to distract the defensive line and offset those linebackers, and you can be in a good situation to set up Brock Purdy for more success. He's having an amazing season right now. Now defensively, they're one of the best defenses in the NFL yet again for another season. Last season, they were the best defense in football, and right now it's headed back into that direction. They have 9 sacks as a team in the last 4 games. They've been getting to the quarterback at a high clip. And guys like Nick Bosa, have been very good with this team. Javon Hargrave has been amazing with this team as well. They've got him in free agency from the Philadelphia Eagles, Eric Armstead as well, and Drake Jackson with Cleveland Farrell. All those guys on the defensive line can come in and stop the run. And that's what you want to do against the Dallas Cowboys. You want Dak Prescott to come back from behind and beat you. When the Dallas Cowboys have a lead, Dak Prescott is borderline elite. But when he has to come back and play from behind when it's 10 or more points, that's when things get a little shaky. Take the run game away. Take Tony Pollard and make him a non-factor. We saw what happened last time these two teams faced. Tony Pollard had to leave the game with a leg injury, but even before that, they did a pretty good job of slowing down Tony Pollard, but you have to be very careful with how you play him up front. This is a 49ers team that doesn't like to blitz much. They like to sit back and play some zone coverage, and they've given up some big plays here and there. They gave up some big plays last week to the Arizona Cardinals and Josh Dobbs, so you have to be careful in the secondary. But I love their linebackers and Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, 2 of the best linebackers in the NFL, and especially Fred Warner. He's been amazing this season by stopping Najee Harris in week 1 and also giving the Los Angeles Rams some trouble as well. So this 49ers team is loaded, and they're the best team in football right now. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Phenomenal. They're 3-1, but the one game that they lost was against the Arizona Cardinals. And that was a weird game. Trayvon Diggs, that was the first game that he was out, as he still is suffering from a torn ACL. But they still have some good players on this team. Oddly enough, both of these defenses have not allowed a 100-yard rusher in the game this season. And then you also take another look at the Dallas Cowboys. They have not had a quarterback this season to pass for over 200 yards because they go out and they play aggressive defense with guys like Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Leighton Vander Esch. In this game, you got to stop the run. You have to. Yes, the Cowboys have not allowed a 100-yard rusher at the running back position, but James Conner can't put pretty close. He had 98 yards rushing. And the reason why the Cardinals had so much success, they're not able to meet the running back at the point of attack. You have to go out there and meet the running back at the point of attack as soon as he comes out the backfield, hit him on the first tackle, and then the rest of the guys can come and help you out. I'm looking at guys like Leighton Vander Esch to make a difference in this game, and also with Damon Clark as well. Micah Parsons is questionable for this game, but he is set to go. He's the best defensive player on this team, whether he's in coverage or he's just blitzing to go get the quarterback in general. Make life hard for Brock Purdy. Make him see the field even more. I wouldn't blitz too much against Brock Purdy. Like I mentioned before in the video, he's one of the best players in the NFL going against the blitz. He will get the ball out quick to guys like Brandon Ayuk and to George Kittle, and you have to tackle those guys immediately because those guys can get a lot of yards after the catch. They're some of the best weapons in the NFL. But when you look at the Cowboys defense, they've been one of the best defenses in the NFL as well. 14 sacks on the season, and they're not allowing quarterbacks to get away with any of those cheap dump-off routes. So that's been amazing as well. Stephon Gilmore has fit in perfect with this team. Obviously, you're missing Trayvon Diggs, but Stephon Gilmore is still the #1 corner in the NFL. I love Jaron Curse at the strong safety position. He's phenomenal, and Donovan Wilson as well. So this defense has to come up, and I expect for them to play with a lot of tenacity against this team. The only few times that they've lost against the 49ers, it was just a few plays to where Dak Prescott was overthrowing wide receivers or he just missed the wide receiver in stride. The defense has held their own against this team in the past. I understand when they played in Dallas a couple years ago, they got ran on a lot and you had a lot of sad Dallas Cowboys fans, but that was a different time. Right now, the Cowboys just have a different swag to them. Now, let's talk about the offense. Dak Prescott has to play clean football. When he plays clean football, this is a hard team to beat. But you have to get Tony Pollard going in space as well. Help out Dak Prescott as much as possible. And so far, it's been a decent season for Dak Prescott. He hasn't had to go out there and throw for over 300 to 400 yards a game to win football games. Most of that's because the defense has been good and the running game's been helping him out as well. You came out week 1 and beat the hell out the New York Giants, and then you also came out against the New York Jets and beat them as well. You may say that's weaker competition, but you can't help who you play. You can only play teams on your schedule. So right now, I like the Dallas Cowboys, but Dak Prescott has to continue to play efficient, good football. Get guys like CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks open. Like I mentioned before, the 49ers typically don't send a lot of blitzes. They just get pressure with their front four and their guys, and then they may send a blitz with a linebacker. Dak Prescott has to be patient. If you can get those wide receivers behind these corners and behind these safeties, you could be in a good situation. But he has to hit those targets when they get open. They play a zone coverage, find a soft spot in the zones, and get the ball out quick. Do not get into a situation to where you're holding on to the football for too long against the San Francisco 49ers, because that is when things can get ugly against this team. You want to take care of the football, run the football as much as possible, but it comes down to, can Dak Prescott prove that he is an elite quarterback going against elite competition? I like both of these teams. I expect for both of these teams to make a deep playoff run. In my opinion, right now, as both of these teams are healthy, with the exception of Trayvon Diggs being out, I can see this being an NFC Championship precursor. I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers in this game to win 24-21. But let me know in the comment section, who do you have win this game below? The Cowboys or the San Francisco 49ers? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.